Are you really seeing me though? Because I'm not my mother.
No, we don't want our mom to cook. We want to go to a restaurant. Peace out.
Listen, they said that's all you need, not that that's all you should have. It is Monday, August the 19th, I believe. And me and my main man, Ethan, we are headed to Sam's and Walmart. I have to do a little grocery shopping. I'm actually meeting up with my brother-in-law as well at Sam's. And I'm gonna do some grocery shopping. So there's something that I have contemplated doing that I know I'm gonna get like a lot of backlash from, but I have contemplated getting out of the choir and all musical groups. I'm only really in one group, but I'm in 2 choirs right now within our church body. I'm thinking about kind of just taking a back seat to that. Let me explain. When I started singing publicly or out, in church, I quickly became like my mom's mini-me. And it wasn't something that I desired. It was just kind of something that people threw on me. Sometimes a little frustrating because I feel like I'm expected to live up to who my mom was vocally. And I'm not my mother. And people often give me compliments, or what they consider to be a compliment, referencing me sounding like my mom. And I take it as a compliment for the most part, but at the same time, it can be just a little uncomfortable because I want to be seen as Asia. I don't want to be seen as my mom. And that's no disrespect or shame to my mother. I love my mother. And that is a compliment. It is a compliment to have people see my mom in me. That is a huge compliment. But at the same time, I feel like, are you really seeing me though? Because I'm not my mother. As it pertains to getting out of the choir, I don't know. I'm having a hard time with singing right now. I have never been somebody that just thought so highly of myself in general, but definitely as it pertains to singing. That's not me. You will never ever hear me brag about my singing or how I sound and this and that. You will never hear that from me because, to be honest with you, I really don't think I'm that good at it. People say that it's a gift. I don't consider it to be a gift. This is the thing with me. A gift is something that you do effortlessly. It's something you do effortlessly. Me and my singing, it ain't effortlessly. Contrary to what people believe. Asia at the house practicing. It's not effortless for me, not in the slightest. And I could have the wrong mindset, I could have the wrong outlook on it, but I don't consider my singing a gift. I just don't. I don't do it that well. I'm not my mother. I don't pretend to be. I'm just Asian. And when I sing to edify God and his people. I'm not somebody who gets up for accolades, pats on the back. I'm not somebody who wants to be seen. I got to be out in the forefront. I got to lead all the songs. I'm not somebody who wants to be out front so people can, tell me how great I sounded, or I don't sing for that. I don't need that. My validation isn't in that. When I hear people come to me and say, you know what, that song really touched me, that song really encouraged me, that song really brought me through, or I've listened to that live recording of you singing and it really has gotten me through this week. Those type of things let me know that my purpose for being up and what my goal was achieved when someone tells me that. Because I don't sing for self, like I've said. When I'm singing, I'm also encouraging myself. When I'm listening to other people, I'm listening to how they're singing, and it's encouragement to me. It gives me motivation to continue on. So when I hear people tell me that, you know, I get just a little bit more encouragement to continue to sing and to stay in the choir a little bit longer. But now, I don't know, I just feel like I'm being led to do something else. I'm not as excited about singing as I used to be. I'm just not into it as much as I used to be, because my voice has changed so much. It's just like, ugh, why do y'all want me to sing? Why do y'all want me to sing? Why, you know, why am I on program for a solo? I've always felt that way. But like, all these people in the church, where y'all want to hear me? When I say get out of the choir, it's not just the choir at my local church. I'm talking about out of it altogether. Like, no choir singing at all. Like, at all. Now, does that mean that if they, you know, if I'm asked to sing a solo, if somebody puts me on the program, that I'm not going to sing? That's not what that means. But being in the actual choirs, no. I used to be like so enthused about singing and just like, oh my goodness, I couldn't wait to get to choir rehearsal, and I couldn't wait, you know, to sing in the choir. And again, it wasn't about being seen. It was just like something I enjoyed doing. And that enjoyment is just, I don't know, it's not what it used to be. And then of course my voice not being what it used to be also, you know, aids in those feelings. I'll probably talk to someone before I just make that a definitive decision. But it is something that I'm honestly considering. I am. I have made it to Sam's, so I need to find out where my brother-in-law is, because I'm already ready to go. Keep your hands, keep your hands to yourself. So today is Friday, and we are
going to eat.
Going out to eat as a family. My Nolan has been, I don't know what is going on with my skin today, but I have a few bumps here that is confusing. My face normally don't break out like that. I'm trying to figure out what's happening. It's interesting. Anyway, we're going to dinner, just a local restaurant near our house. Nothing fancy, just getting out the house. Anytime I don't have to cook, it's a win.
Yeah, we don't want our mom to cook, because we want to go to a restaurant. Peace out. And have a good day, Auntie Crystal and Uncle Tony, everybody in this world. Good day. And Jimmy, please. And Jimmy and Aiden. And all my cousins in the world. I'm going to hug it. And I'll find you. I'm going to chicken out the I'm on the sea. Chicken out fries. Hey, back. Hey, back.
Okay.
Hey, back.
Good morning. It is the next day. And I am hiding out in my closet. My goodness. When I decided to restart my YouTube channel, I told myself, that I was going to be vulnerable. I was going to show my spiritual journey. I was going to be honest. I was going to be pure. I was going to be transparent as much as I could. And I am having a hard time keeping my word right now. But I'm going to be transparent. I am struggling this morning. I'm having a little hard time right now. And I want to share something with you that really just encouraged me a little bit. So yesterday, before we went to dinner, something happened. And I was triggered by painful events in my life. And it just ruined, I'll take ownership. I allowed it to ruin my mood. So I was not as present as I should have been at the dinner. I was just still wrapped up in the emotions from that trigger. And when we got home, I kind of isolated myself from everyone, went to bed. I didn't sleep well. And then I rose by the grace of God, but I didn't rise with a thankful or grateful spirit. I rose irritated. I rose annoyed and frustrated. I was woken up by my son, and that annoyed me, as if that doesn't happen all the time. But I was already, dealing with a lot, and I was annoyed with that. And so much so that I was going to be neglectful and not read my word. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it later. I'm not in the right headspace. I'm just going to do it later. But my inner voice, which I have learned to listen to, said, no, right now you need to be in the word. So I went and I grabbed one of my devotionals, and I turned to today's date, and I'm going to read to you what it said. And it said, "Triumphant God, if you are for me, who can be against me? Please help me to grasp in the depths of my being that you really are for me. When things don't go my way, or when someone I trusted turns against me, it's easy for me to feel abandoned. So it's essential at such times to remind myself of the truth. You are not only with me always, you are for me all the time. This is true on days when I perform well and on days when I don't. When people treat me well and when they don't. I can face adversity more calmly and courageously by trusting wholeheartedly that you are for me. Knowing that you will never turn against me gives me confidence to persevere during tough times. Because I belong to you forever, I am continually in your approving presence. I'm thankful that it's ultimately your opinion of me that matters. I will continue to matter throughout all eternity. And I rejoice that nothing in all creation will be able to separate me from your love. And when I tell y'all, the type of God that I serve, He knows what I need when I need it. And I believe that that word is what I needed this morning. And it had scriptures here to coincide with the devotion. Romans 8:31, Matthews 28:20, Romans 8:39, and Numbers 6:26. And I read those scriptures, and I know that I'm crying. It's a mixture of joy and, you know, just a relief. But when I tell you, you know, he is a very much present help. And the encouragement that I feel, even though I'm crying, even though I'm emotional, I'm just so grateful that I did not allow, I won't necessarily say the devil, but I didn't allow my negative thoughts to take over, and that I listened to my inner voice and I read my word and I got what I needed to take me through. And I had to just step away for a moment, because when I read that, I'm just like, oh my God, thank you so much for letting me know that even when it's tough, even when it's hard, even when it's hurtful, even when it's uncomfortable, I'm not by myself, and that you are with me no matter what. Even when you brought things to me that I deem as painful or as hurtful, you are right there beside me. And it's so easy to get wrapped up in the trouble that you're facing. And some things I've gone through more than once, and I'm like, geez, like, why do I have to keep going through this? Why do I have to keep, you know, what am I missing? Why is this a consistent problem for me? Why do I have to keep going through this? And, you know, it's like questioning him in a sense. And I feel like maybe my trust or my faith isn't what it needs to be, because I keep questioning, like, why am I going through the same thing again? And then I think about how sometimes the process for us to become who we need to be in him doesn't look like everybody else's. So I may have to be dipped in the fire 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7, 8 times until I am where I need to be. And so instead of just focusing on the trouble, I need to focus on him. Whew, Lord have mercy. Anyway, I'm gonna get myself together. I have some things to do today. And man, I think I'm gonna continue to get in my word a little bit more. And then I'm going to tackle some of these things I have on my to-do list for today. I need to go and pick up my son's glasses. They're ready. I'm supposed to go to dinner. My girlfriend's birthday was Thursday, and she went out to dinner yesterday. I couldn't go because we went out to dinner with my family. And so we're supposed to get together for dinner tonight to celebrate her birthday. So I have that. And then tomorrow's Sunday, and so I'll be at church tomorrow. I'm not going to make any promises about recording service. I'm just not. I'm just not, because I'm just saying things and I'm not keeping my word, and I just, no. We're not going to say that. God is so good. He is so good. He is so faithful. He is so loving. He's so forgiving. Oh my goodness. He's so reliable. And I'm so grateful that I know him for myself. Oh. There's things I like about Walmart, and then there's things that I prefer from Target. And right now, I wish I was at Target. They're like, I'm looking for baskets. Like, I don't want anything too big, because we're in an apartment and we don't have a whole lot of space. This is what they have. And I'm just a little disappointed. I don't, these big old bulky things, like, and then too, I could have went on Amazon. It's probably what I should have did. You want to go home? Father, Son. Okay. She took it like a champ. Good job, Skylar Bear. She took it like a champ. No, you go down the slide, baby. You go. You go. It's not for grown-ups. You go, handsome. Go down the slide.
Oh, that hole is small. That hole
is Nolan down there. He's down there. Hi, Skylar Bear. Skylar. Hey, Mama. Hi. Go play, Ethan. Go, go, go. I see.
Bye-bye, guys.
It is August the 31st, and we are currently at the zoo. I hope you can hear me because they got like really loud music playing behind me.
Hey, Nolan. I saw some flamingo.
Flamingo? DJ.
Kenny. Mommy.
Nolan, hey, wait a minute.
You see it? We got infant. Look, he's moving. Well, he's walking.
Good morning. So today is September the 5th. Today's September the 5th. Another chopped and screwed vlog. I think the last time I vlogged, I was at my niece's birthday party. I think. But yeah, today is Thursday, September the 5th, and I don't have a lot going on, as I most normally don't. But I do have section rehearsal tonight, I believe. And then I think for dinner, I'm going to make homemade pizzas. You're okay. You're okay. I'm going to make homemade pizzas with the boys for dinner. And that's it. I got a ton of laundry to do. Like, You see all that laundry? Sofa. Girl. I have, so it's a family of 5. 2 adults and 3 kids, right? The laundry is just outlandish. You hear me? My mom, I am the 4th oldest of 8 children. So we grew up, it was a house of 10. I don't remember my mama having that much laundry. And then of course, at a certain age, we did our own laundry. And then we had chores, and laundry was a part of that. But baby, I just don't remember the massive amount of laundry. It's like every single time I turn around, I have bukus of laundry to do. And it's not, I can wash, I'll put them in the dryer. The folding, a problem. So I have laundry to do. And that's about it. Just house things. I bought some new things. I bought some new stuff I want to, that I found on clearance at Kroger to help my 3-year-old. Ethan is now 3. And I found some stuff at Kroger on clearance, the school section, to help him, you know, with his learning and different things like that. So he'll be prepared for pre-K next year. So I think I may start on that today. But yeah, nothing much going on today. So let me show y'all. I love these things. For sparkling water, I am obsessed with these. They have different flavors, of course. This pack only has the lemonade, the strawberry watermelon, the fake Sprite, which is the lemon lime, and then I think this is like a black cherry. Oh, grape raspberry. I don't think I've ever had that flavor. Try not to drink so many sodas, and I've been a Coke Zero fanatic, and I stumbled across these. I think I just tried them one day. I've been obsessed ever since. So anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the truckloads of laundry. Go ahead and do some learning sessions with Ethan, and then I get my son from the bus, and we'll make our pizzas and then head to choir rehearsal. It's several hours later, and now I think I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the pizza. Here are the ingredients I got. I'm making 2 different kinds of pizza. I just picked up most of this stuff from Aldi the other day. So spinach, mushroom and chicken Alfredo pizza, and then the other flatbread pizza will just be the pepperoni. It's like 3:38. Yeah, it's 3:38 right now, and we have rehearsal. I still have to do homework with Nolan, so I'm like on the time crunch. So I'm gonna knock this pizza out so I can try to be on time. Try. So here is the finished result.
Yeah.
I have never made homemade pizza before, but it looks pretty good to me. Did it look pretty good to me here, Sham? You gonna eat some pizza? Yeah. You're not getting any of that pizza, clearly, sir. Anywho, I am going to help Nolan with his homework, and then before we know it, we'll be rolling out of here for rehearsal. So say BRB. Okay.
Love. We'll do the verse again. Love.
I did not come to condemn the world, nor shame you for your wrong. For I come to give you life. I come to give you joy. I come to give you life more abundantly, All right.
Y'all going too high up.
Hold out till he comes. You got to hold out till he comes. Keep the faith, it will be alright. He'll be there if you just hang tight. Hold out.
Comes.
It is a little after 7 in the morning, and I just took Nolan to the bus stop for him to go to school. My heart is just really heavy this morning. Just some things has taken place in the world. It just really hit me this morning. There was a school shooting a couple of days ago, I think, in a county not too far from us, actually. And since I've had my children, when I hear about a school shooting, I have a hard time sleeping at night. I think sometimes we take certain things for granted. I'll speak for myself. You know, living this life and having a relationship with Jesus and going to church and reading your Bible and praying to him and fasting and, you know, living a clean life and all these different things, you get accustomed to being covered by the blood of Jesus. You get accustomed to his protection, his unwavering love and grace and mercy. And there's nothing that's so great about me that I haven't had to experience the sorrow of having my child gunned down at school. There's nothing so great about me. The realization that I can send my son to school and never see him again alive is crazy to me. And that we have those issues in the world, and these are children. Even if they're in high school, middle school, whatever, they're children. They're somebody's children. And for people to have the mindset, especially young children, to have the mindset to go in and kill innocent children, innocent people, and just kill in general, it just has my heart so heavy that, you know, every day that we walk up there or we drive up there to get him from that bus and he walks down is a blessing. I can't imagine the heartbreak that these parents are feeling when they get the notification, or when they're standing outside that school waiting for the school to be cleared, and they're seeing everybody else hug and embrace their children, and theirs is being brought out on the stretcher. I can't even imagine what that feels like. I got lax on praying over my son in the morning. Normally when I sit up here at the bus stop, I pray over him as we're waiting for the bus. We'll pray together. I hold his hand and we pray. Just, you know, to cover him for that day in school and protect him, the other students, you know, just to pray over him. It's been like maybe a little over a week. And then that school shooting happened. And it's just, for me, it's just a reminder to never take things for granted. We just have to keep our children covered in the blood. We have to pray over our children, pray over each other. God's going to have his way regardless. If it's in his will for, you know, me and my husband to experience a loss of that magnitude, it doesn't matter what I pray. But it's important to pray to him. It is important. And to cover your children in prayer, and cover I pray for my siblings, I pray for my in-laws, I pray for my friends, I pray for my church family, I pray for people I don't know, and people just have really lost their minds, for real. And I'm not saying that in a joking manner. Like, people really, there's no self-consciousness at all. There's no, you know, consideration for other people. There's no decorum, no self-respect, no respect for other people. I mean, the world we live in is just crazy. It's very important to have a consistent and persistent prayer life. It's supposed to be a daily thing. It's supposed to be a given. It's not, you know, oh, I need a new job, let me pray that I get it. You know, it shouldn't be that. And there's nothing wrong with praying for that you get a good job, or that you do well on the interview, or that, you know, you're looking for a financial blessing, or, you know, you need a new vehicle. There's nothing wrong with those types of prayers. But if that is your only prayer life, then that is a problem. If you're only talking to God, your prayer life consists of praying over your food, problem. Your prayer life should be stronger than that. And God deserves better than that. He deserves better than that. He's due better than that. Trying to always be thankful, even when the things are not going so good. My kids, for example, I'm gonna say this and get out this car. My kids, because I have to single parent at night because my husband is at work, sometimes it's very rough with 3 kids. I have a 6-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 7-month-old. And sometimes it's tight. It's really tight, you know, trying to get dinner prepared early so my husband can take food to work, and then getting all of my son's homework done from school, doing learning with my 3-year-old. I have a 7-month-old who act like nobody else can hold him or be around him but me. It's very difficult getting everybody in the bath, including myself. Then, you know, closing the house down for the night, prepping for things in the morning, because if I don't prep in the morning, prep at night, it's gonna make my mornings difficult. So I gotta do all of that. Get my kids in the bed at a certain time. It is a lot. It is a lot. And sometimes I get frustrated. And that's normal for us mothers. Mothers, check in, clock in right here. It gets tight. When I get frustrated, when I get irritated with my kids, I have learned to be thankful for the irritation, to be grateful that I'm irritated by my children, if that makes sense. Because a few months before I got married, I was told I wasn't going to be able to have any kids, right before I was supposed to get married. And God said, not so. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Not so. So I try to remember that in those moments when I'm irritated and frustrated. Now, mind you, irritation and frustration with these children is a normal thing, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. These children, I'm telling you, and I have all boys, so yeah. So it's normal. you know, but I try to pull back and say, you know what, Lord, yes, I'm frustrated with these children. Yes, I've had to repeat myself 279 million times, but I thank you because this is what I prayed for and you gave it to me. Let me be grateful that this is the problem that I have, because there are so many women, so many who have the desire to be mothers and they can't. They can't. They have a medical issue, or there's something that's blocking that process from happening. And God has blessed me with my process 3 times. So let me be grateful even when I'm frustrated. Lord, help me. Give me patience to deal with these children. Anyway, God is good. He's so good, and I'm grateful and I'm thankful for all that he has done, all that he is doing, and all that I know he's able and capable of doing. Okay, spend some time with God today and do something good for somebody else. Hello, good afternoon. It is whatever time it is, and I am just got home from service. I'm about to go inside, but I wanted to go ahead and end out this vlog. You hear Ace in the back. One thing I forgot to show y'all is my nails. Listen, I'm about to start taking clients after a while. Baby, look at her. Look at them. So these are still my real nails with just builder gel on them, okay? I did a almond shape this time, both hands, obviously. But it's still builder gel, still my real nails, but I wanted a different shape there. Barely got a little hang time over the roundness in my thumb, so they're very short. But again, I like them. So yeah, I redid them. And still, this is what, a week? A little over a week. No lifting. So listen, okay? It's about to be nails by Asia after a while, okay? I'm about to get my business started, baby, okay? Build a gel set. 𝐒𝐭𝐿, baby, okay? Look out for my Instagram page. No, but for real. I'm going to end the vlog out fresh from church. Today was what I needed. I needed to be in the house of the Lord. I had a really rough morning this morning, and I get so frustrated with myself. I don't, it doesn't take a lot for me to get frustrated and overwhelmed, and it's one thing that I really want to change. Like when things go out of my alignment, or, you know, I make all these preparations, you know, I told myself I'm gonna start making provisions to be at Sunday school, and I did all this work last night, stayed up late, tired myself out, right? Just to get up the next morning, and everything went awry. I made it to Sunday school, albeit almost 20 minutes late, but I made it there safely. But I was just so frustrated with myself, and it took me a minute to come out of that frustration and that annoyance, because it's like, why every time I make an effort to be intentional about what I'm doing, here come, and it's just unnecessary foolery. It ain't even any big things. It's just these small, what you would consider minute, insignificant things, but they add up and they cut my time. And I was just so irritated and so frustrated this morning. I was really quick with my children, quick with my husband, and I was just so annoyed. But when I got into service and the word, you know, so our service started going, I began to just kind of let go. The whole point was to get to service. And it wasn't, you know, my morning wasn't perfect, but I made it to service. And I try to focus on the positive. And I really hate that my mind goes so quick like that sometimes, and it can really affect my mood and then my anxiety. But I made it to Sunday school, and I received what I needed, and it was great. I made a plan to read the Bible in its entirety, and so I started with the Gospels, right? I read the book of John. If you haven't read the book of John, the whole book of John, listen, if you want to increase your faith in God's ability and what he can do, John is filled with a bunch of the miracles that he performed, that Jesus performed, right? You know, he walked on water, he healed the blind man, he raised up Lazarus from the dead. The most significant, in my opinion, part of the book of John is Jesus's crucifixion and resurrection, right? The power in that. I read the full book of John. Now I'm currently in the book of Mark, and I just read, I think that was chapter 8. I think that was in chapter 8, where I read about the woman who had the issue of blood. And the significance about this is I always pray for God to increase my faith, right? And having faith in God is so important. It's so important to have faith. And the reason why is because when I was reading that story about the woman with the issue of blood, she touched the hem of Jesus' garment, right? And it talks about how through her faith she was made whole. Her faith that all she had to do was just touch the hem of his garment, and she would be made whole. Her faith is what healed her. And man, you know, we think it just our belief, just believing, no matter what it looks like, no matter what's going on, no matter what your circumstances are, if you just have the faith and the belief that God can come in and rectify that situation, he can do things impossible. That's what he specializes in. And that thing, although I know about the woman with the issue of blood, I know that story. I've never read it for myself, but I know, the story, right? But when I read that thing, man, because I was just talking to somebody about, I want to have, I want to increase my faith. I have faith in God. I have faith in Jesus and what he can do, who he is, the power that he possesses, and how the ability that he has to change people's lives. I have faith. But there are moments where I do doubt certain things, right? I want that to be removed. I don't want to have any wavering doubts or anything in my mind when it comes to the power of God and who he is. And, they talk about all you need is a mustard seed of faith. I've been in the true church in this way my whole life. I'm 36 years old. I should have more than a mustard seed of faith. And that goes for anybody. If you, been in church and been in the church your whole life, you know how small a mustard seed is? To me, it's pretty pathetic if you done been in church 30, 40, 50 years and that's the size of your faith. Listen, they said that's all you need, not that that's all you should have. I said all that to say, okay, get in the word. Get in the word, read the word, stay in the word, stay steadfast in prayer. I have been enjoying this journey that I'm on as far as reading the Bible, the whole Bible. And I'm telling you, the book of John, if you're trying to increase that faith in him, I'm telling you, it'll do it every single time. Okay, so until the next vlog, and hopefully the next one won't be so chopped and screwed, okay? All right, bye.